Okay, you guys, I'm going to need you guys' opinion on this topic of conversation that about to have and share with you guys. Please leave your comments, opinions, whatever in the comments so that I can know and I will answer. So I'm going to say this background. I am my dad's oldest child. My daddy had me when he was 16. Therefore, I was basically raised by my big mama. That's why I know all these big mama said that sayings, because I was raised by my grandma. Anyway, my daddy was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. But my dad was a really good looking guy. Always had a job, always had a nice car, and always had, when I say, the baddest chicks in the game. And whenever my dad would date these women, I think that the hook for all of them was his relationship with his daughter. So he would come pick me up. Now, did not live with my daddy until I was 14, but whenever he was dating somebody, they would pick me up. I would go to Magic Mountain. I would go to the movies. I would go to dinner. I would go shopping. They would do my hair. It would be like hairstylists doing my hair. People braid my hair. Like it was always a woman somewhere with my daddy, and they always picked me up. And I knew how to play the game. So, that being said, my dad got to the point where it was like routine. So now I feel like I'm a monkey performing for these women so that my dad can get whatever he want, what he need. I know there's several of them that we moved in with that took care of him, took care of us, whatever. But because I saw this growing up, when I had my kids, go back. So when they would break up, then I never heard from the woman again no more. Ever. So after a while, my whole thing is if you're trying to be nice to me, you're doing this, and you can call me, you can come over, we're spending time. And then when they break up, I know you, I guess you break up with me too, but I'm a kid. I don't know. And I've joined this, I've like made this bond with you, your mother. Like it was all to me, it was just emotionally bad for me as a child. So I say that to say that as an adult, when I had my sons, I never brought men around my sons. That was my boundary. No one meets my sons. Unless you are permanent in my life, no one meets my sons. That has always been my rule. I'm not bringing my son into anything because if it doesn't work out with us, my son is not going to get to know somebody and then you go about your merry way. And then my son is like, what happened? Because that has happened to me several times. So you can say that's a childhood trauma wound. It was. So that's how I raised my kids. No one ever meets my sons. And that's it. So, anyway, fast forward to today. My oldest is 32, my youngest is 25. At this point, and at this age in their stages that they're in now, they don't have to be a part of anybody I date. They're grown men. They have their own lives and identities, and I would never force anybody on my kids. And at this age, I'm not trying to have no kids. So it's not like we're Brady bunching. So met this, well, was dating this dude. Y'all know Crazy Cuz from the one who was calling me all day in Santa Barbara. So he kind of got in his feelings because I was talking to him. I was on the car, and my son came to get in the car because we were going to go to the grocery store. And so when my son got in the car, I said, "Hey, check this out. My son is in the car, and I don't talk to men in the presence of my kids." And he couldn't understand that. And he was saying something. I just hung up because I already said what I had to say. I don't do this in the presence of my kids. That part of my life is separate from my son's. Period. So anyway, later on, he called me. He was like, I had something sitting on my chest and I'm kind of upset. And I was just like, what are you upset about? He was like, I don't like the way you trying to keep me from your kids. First of all, I don't have any kids. Your children are grown. My children are grown. Your children got children. You're a grandfather. So what are you talking about? He was like, you were talking to me and then you're like, you want to talk to me in front of your son. No, I don't. Well, I don't understand that. Are you ashamed of me? Come on now. First of all, I'm gonna let you know something. I do not mix those two worlds up ever. I don't bring men around my kids. My kids don't need to know what I'm doing. They don't need to know their mama's right? No, but seriously, I don't do that. And so he was like, how the hell are we going to be dating and I'm not going to meet your son, like I'm not going to be around your son? One, you're not coming to my house ever because I don't bring men to my house. Two, my son is 32 years old. Trust me, he's not getting involved with nobody. Not keeping my son from you, you just don't have access to him, and you won't have access to him because he has his own independent life. And whatever mama is doing, unless I'm getting married, don't expect to ever even have a connection or meet my child, not even a hi bye. I do not mix the two together. I have never to this day brought in anyone around my sons because of the way I was raised to be the little monkey in my daddy's trying to get women show. I just don't do it. And because a lot of those relationships hurt my feelings as a kid, because I don't understand what happened. Y'all broke up, but I used to come to your house every weekend, hang out with your daughters and your nieces, and now see you at the grocery store and you don't even say hi. You mad at my daddy, but I also get the fallout. Why is that okay? So that affected the way I ran my children. And one, if you're not finna be their daddy and I'm not finna have no more kids and they're already grown, like they have nothing to do with whatever we're trying to do. Unless it's some serious shit where we're finna buy property, get married, change names and shit, you're not having any access to my children. So I'm asking you guys, am I wrong for never bringing any man around my sons? Which I feel like I've been right because none of those relationships worked out. But I'm saying, I had another guy friend who's like a brother told me that how are they supposed to see how a man treats a woman if you're not allowing them to see people? Which I understand that part, but my whole thing is, if these people are not permanent in my life, why would I bring them into my son's life? Like my son's fathers are not here. They live in another state. So they already have that separation and disappointment. Like my brother has been their father figure. They have uncles, but why would I bring somebody who's not going to be permanent around them? But I'm asking, did I handle that in the wrong way? Because I think that's what started this guy's spiral, because he felt like I was hiding him. Like, I'm not hiding you. It's just the fact that this is what I do. Now, if you want everybody in and out of your kid's life or whatever, that's on you. That's how you parent. I can't say anything about it. So I'm just asking men, women, whoever, I want to know in the comments, what do you think about my decision to never involve my kids with any man that I dated? Or is that something that I should not have done? I'm just saying. Y'all let me know. Be waiting to hear from y'all. And please be nice. Bye.